What's up, guys? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoy the content and want to see more of it. I appreciate the support and hope you guys enjoy. All right, so really cool first match off the bat, and Smoker is apparently the number one seed, 9-0 against the 16th seed BY Luffy. So Smoker's an interesting choice, I think, compared to Lucci. It definitely has a better matchup into BY just because your Tashigi can trash instead of KOing. So you can get around the Sabo protection, which is really cool. I'm pretty curious of what his matchups are, but it looks like it's a standard Navy build, brand new. And Smoker got to choose, and they chose to go second, which makes sense. I think both decks really want to go second here. And BY's hand is looking pretty non-optimal, honestly. I'm actually really surprised that he didn't use the Searcher here because you might want a 5 cost to play next turn, which you don't have. So kind of curious. Oh, I guess that makes sense because Tashigi can trash anything, so it doesn't matter what you play next turn. It's gonna get trashed by Tashigi anyway. But I think you kind of force them to play Tashigi. Otherwise, they can just keep doing something like this, like playing Borsellino, or they can play setup cards instead of having to play a KO card. But yeah, I guess he saved the one cost event here just to see what he got. Like he just drew a Sabo there, so now he knows on the search he doesn't need to play Sabo. He does have anything to do on 4 down, so he might just swing 9k here. I might have just forced him to play the Tashigi. Because next turn, if he did something like Borsellino instead, like he would have 2 Borsellino set up. If he plays something like Rebecca, then he can get a lot set up. So it's a little bit risky in my eyes. But I guess he also gets an attack off here. Otherwise, if he played a 5 cost here, then he would get the free block off Borsellino. So, okay. I mean, it's interesting. It's a line that I don't really use a lot, but it's probably maybe right in this decision. And Smoker's hand is looking... It's not bad, actually. He has Tashigi, and he has a Moria, so I might just play a Tashigi here, just so you have a body that can pressure them. I'm just gonna pass. Ooh, that's interesting. Huh. Basically passing your entire turn. I mean, I guess other than Tashigi, you don't really have much. You could play the 3-cost Tashigi, because that way she's a 2-cost reduction later on. So if your opponent ever plays like a higher cost character like a Moria or anything, you have the 1 cost off of your leader, you have the 2 cost off your Tashigi, and then you see 1 more cost to get rid of a Moria. But he has 2 Tashigis in hand, so I'm not sure why he's not playing any of them. He has 3 Tashigis in hand actually, so he could just get a body there just for 6k pressure. It feels kind of bad to just pass your turn, do nothing. Now Luffy's gonna go 7k. You can probably just block 2k this because the only way you get punished around this is he does something like Hiyori Ace. But if he does that, I think that's pretty bad for him because he's losing 2 cards just to play out a 5 cost body. And even actually no, Hiyori Ace wouldn't even get the rush because you're not 2 life. So I think this is a block 2k. Oh, you just gave 3k counter. It's weird. I mean, it's a little unoptimal there. I'm not sure what else you'd be worried about. But you can just free block that in 2k. Now, do you play Ace or Sabo? Probably play Sabo just because the rest of your hand is looking pretty bad. You kind of need to find more Awakeners. All you have is Flampe there. And you drew into 2 pretty bad cards still. You drew into more Aces. Yeah, it's looking like a really slow game for BY Luffy. You only have 1 Awakener. Now Smoker can probably just play a Moria. Your Moria is looking pretty poor though. Like it'd be nice if you had that brand new trash. I think he just drew it though, so that's a little unfortunate. So do you just play Moria for the body, bring back your Kobe for a 4k body? You could KO the Sabo, but I don't think it's worth it. Like that Sabo's not gonna do anything. Like he's a 6k body. Yeah, just play Moria just so that you have a 9k body when they start to awaken, and bring back a Tashiki. That's pretty good too. But yeah, it's going pretty slow for Smoker right now, but it's not the worst. You set up a indestructible blocker in Borsellino. You have a 9k body, and BY still 4 life, so they're going pretty slow. The only concern is that you're 3 life, so you probably need to start defending your life a little bit more aggressively. I'm not sure if this build is on Rebecca. I'm assuming all black decks, all mono black decks at least, are on Rebecca, but he hasn't seen it yet. If he's seen some Rebecca now, it would have been really nice. Because that Mori can bring back Rebecca, or that Mori can even bring back Borsellino if you had in trash. Okay, so finally getting some Awakener, so getting a Fist Luffy here. And then we're seeing some adaptations for BY and OP9 too. They're playing a lot of Rygos just to get around like 10 costs like Shanks or 10 costs Teach, or it even helps the body matchup to get rid of basically anything. Nine K lead. So a lot of this pressure is actually kind of hurting a lot. You probably have to take this one. I don't think block 2k, 2k. Yeah, going down to 2 is a little bit risky. And now you go another 10k. This one you might have to just block. and then just let the Borsalino die. You have another Borsalino in hand, so you can at least. Oh, he's going down to one, so that's super risky. And now you're probably feeling the pressure. So do you start attacking life? Yeah, I think since you don't have any Rebecca's, you're kind of pressured to go at life here. So you probably start with a couple 5Ks, and maybe you can get as soon as he counters with one 5K, you probably just stop attacking, just because you only have 5 attacks, and then you pivot to killing Sabo. So probably two for brand new. So do Tashigi first, maybe 5K Tashigi. It would also hurt if you hit anything out of life like a Rocket Luffy KO your board, because that Borsalino might die off of Rocket Luffy as well. So maybe just 5K Tashigi here. Yeah, this, I mean, Smoker is like doing pretty well. It's just I think the really unfortunate thing is he's not seeing any Rebecca's, and also he wasn't really aggressively defending life earlier. Or like that missed 7K where you just block 2K, you're losing a 1K there. Other than that, BY's been swinging a lot, which has been useful. 5K leader first, it's interesting. Hmm. Now you swing 5K to Shigi. And as BY, you're probably happy taking this because you have no awakeners. You have one awakener in hand. Now you have two. So now you can fully awaken without any help. So now you swing 5K. I would probably counter this. Just because it's going to be 7K next. Probably. Maybe even more. Looks like it's going to counter. Yep, it's going to be 1K. And now you probably swing over to Sabo, play a Borsalino, and pass. Yeah. And a brand new. Give another brand new. There's a Rebecca finally. But he doesn't have any Warriors to recur that. Now you just play Borsalino over one of your brand news. The rested one probably. So now BY, he had a slow start, but I think Smoker's even slower start. Like, I mean, I can't even say he had a slow start because he had Borsalino on 4, he had Brandon on 2, he had Mori on 8. But it's just that you're not able to do anything with it. I mean, I guess the biggest thing is that you're not seeing Rebecca to slow down the aggression. Because this BY, like swinging 9K return, actually really hurts if you don't have any Rebecca's, like a cheap blocker that can get rid of it. But yeah, now BY can fully awaken. He can probably go to 9K and play a Sabo blocker. Yeah, it's probably just play Yori here. Or unless you have, yeah, another flop, now you have Yori. So Hiyori putting, I think, Fist Luffy in life. Just really thinking about this. Okay, baby Sabo. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! He messed up. It was oh wow, he played baby Sabo because he thought he put a blocker Sabo in there, but it was actually a Fist Luffy. Oh man, this turn could hurt now. Now he has to play Fist Luffy. He has to be a 7K leader with 2 life and no protection. So that Luffy's gonna die as well. Wow, that's oh man. I mean, maybe it might be nerves or playing on stream or something. Like that's probably not a misplay you make in a regular match, but being on stream does add like a little bit of pressure as well. So that hurts. No protection, no blocker. You're only 7K leader. Wow, just when BY is starting to come back and then making that kind of misplay. Oh man, that guy on the right is stressed. I'd be stressed too. That's a pretty bad misplay. Yeah, I mean, next turn, Smoker's just gonna go a bunch of 9Ks. And then the dangerous thing about this as well is what adults you put in life. Because you want to put adults that you want to go into next turn just in case your opponent doesn't KO them. And you have to go into those adults. So you can't just put like 2 adults that you're just going to say like these are filler adults where I'm okay with them getting bot decked. You have to make sure that you can go into those adults as well. So like one thing is that you can't put an ace in there because if your opponent sees that you don't have an ace, baby, then they might not attack you and then they will force you to hard play a baby ace instead of playing a warrior. So these adults are fine because he has a baby Sabo and baby Luffy. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty bad misplay. I mean, it's not over. He has 2 Warriors in hand. He awakened, and Smoker did have a real slow start, and he's only at 1 life. So, I mean, there's still a chance. It's going to be really hard this turn. So, this turn, you need to survive as much as you can. So, now Smoker, I think you start with a 9K Warrior swing. I think you can go a bunch of 9K, so 9K, 9K, 11K maybe, and then maybe I go 9K with Smoker here. Well, I would KO Luffy for sure. You can do if you have Ice Age, then you do Ice Age, and then use your Smoker leader effect, and then get to 9K with just 4 dons still. Yeah, Ice Age first on the Luffy, and now you do your leader effect, and then swing 9K with 3 don. Ooh. I feel like that's an overcommitment. Now you just 100% take this life. If you swung 9K, he might have to counter out just because Borsalino might swing for 11K. Okay, and then he's gonna play Rebecca. Oh, I didn't even know he drew Rebecca. That's pretty nice. Rebecca, add back a 2K, play a Brook. Okay, so actually not that punishing of a turn for BY. Yeah, I mean, you lost your entire board, but now you can play Moria. Okay, so, I mean, that just goes to show you how favorite this matchup for BY. Like, he went first, which is the non-preferred curve. He did a big misplay. Smoker saw a lot of things on curve, like Borsellino on 4, Moria on 8, and you're still kind of in the driver's seat because you have a pretty big hand. You're on your Moria turn. That wasn't that hard to punish. So now you just do Moria, right? Does he have Rocket Luffy? He doesn't have Rocket Luffy, so he probably just been like Fist Luffy Sabo, and then play Moria, and then just regular turn, like be a 9K leader. I can do Sabo first. Oh, interesting. Huh. I wonder why he did it that way. Oh, he's just hard playing them. Oh, he's gonna use Raigo? Oh, interesting. This is not like a line that I usually see just because Raigo isn't played in BY yet. But I guess relieving that pressure from the 9K body helps out a lot. So just give me a 7K leader, 1 life, and then he's gonna Raigo and Moria. Oh, okay. I can see that. Part of the reason it's good here is just because Smoker's board is not threatening. Like you have a 5K leader, a 5K Borsellino, and a 3K Brook. Most likely that Borsellino is not gonna attack. He could, unless if he plays another blocker. But his board's not threatening at all. If he swings like 9K here, you can just block. If he swings 9K again, you can just take the life again. And then yeah, okay. I actually really like this play, and it's gonna be cool. I'm not used to playing with Raigo yet, but like seeing this line of play like makes a lot of sense to me. So not a smoker, you're kind of still in trouble. You probably do Tashigi, okay, to KO this Slavo makes sense. Okay, and he's gonna do the buff. Sequencing is really important when you use Tashigi with smoker. So now you just swing 7K. Are you gonna swing 7K and play a blocker? Man, like these BY Luffy turns aren't really getting punished. But that might just be more because of what Smoker's board looks like rather than Smoker doing anything wrong. Oh, that's interesting. Do you swing 9K here or 8K with Brook and then leave your Borsellino up? I think I like that better. I think yeah, I swing 8K with Brook, leave one Borsellino up. Hmm. Oh, he's gonna play Borsellino. I don't think you need 2 blockers here. Like even if they play Ace, I think you're fine. With an Ace, it's gonna be 12-12, and you have enough counter for that. I think getting a card out would have been better. I mean, like this is like playing to not lose rather than playing to win. Like you need to get cards out of his hand eventually. Okay, so BY, I think he's gonna do a regular Moria turn now. Yeah. Now I think BY just runs the game. He has 3 Morias in hand. You have no way to punish him. Like all your bodies are like 6K or less. So it's gonna be a big investment for you to get any kind of damage done at all. And then BY here doesn't even need to pop a Rocket Luffy. They can just leave it here. You're not in danger of dying. The max you can do is just 5 down to Shigi 11, then 5 dog leader. But 5 down leader would just make it a 11 as well. So you can do 2 11s. As long as you have a 2K, 1K, you're fine. So yeah, you don't need to pop Rocket Luffy here. And he took that last life too, which is really dangerous. Like, is the plan here just to go 11-11? Maybe you just go 11-11 here. And the reason Smoker can be a game that buff too is because you can use the -1 on the 1-on-1 cost, so that makes him inherently kind of like a 6k. Yeah, I don't really see a way to come back from this. Yeah, actually, instead of doing 11-11 that way, you can do one on Smoker and then use Tashigi from hand, KO the Sabo, and then you just go all in with your leader. That would make it a 5, 11. It'll make it 11 still, but at least you establish a body. That might be your best out here. Otherwise, you may be hoping that he doesn't have another Moria and you play defensively for one more turn. Yeah, okay, so he's gonna. Okay. He chose two different targets for that, which is kind of weird. Tashiki's gonna KO the Luffy. Oh, okay, KO both. Okay, oh, actually, pretty cool play. Oh, I like that. That's cool. I mean, I'm not a poker player, but that's a pretty cool play. You do really a lot of pressure. Now you're basically just hoping he does a Moria, and if he has Moria, you lose. If he does a Moria, then you potentially win. 9k here. You probably have to counter this out. But if you're seeing a 9k swing off the bat, it's not looking good. That means he's probably some Moria. But I see that out there. I like that play a lot actually. Yeah, just counter out this. You try to defend all your body just in case he doesn't have enough babies to go to 9k again. Yep, and then there's Moria, and then now it's probably just over. Especially because they have another Moria as well. That last turn, you basically took no cards from his hand. Now you just do double Sabo. Yeah, and then I was doing 11k, and then he loses one of the center blockers. All right, so now what's Smoker Lethal looking like? He has two blockers, so you need 3 attacks to go in. You have 3 6k, so you just split it evenly. So just 9 9 9 10. Pretty unlikely lethal, but you have to. Yeah. Unless you can play double blockers here or something, but even then, I think you just lose. So I think you just go 9 9 9 10, and like I think that's the only way you have a winning. Yeah, that's what he's gonna go 9 9 9 10. Yeah, especially with your hand looking like that, you have two non-counter Hyenas. So like it kind of sucks. Soaker #1 seed 9-0, and then you lose in the first round in a pretty bad matchup. And BY actually hasn't been popular recently, so it might be a surprise to see him here. Smoker might have been a really good meta call. I'm not sure how it does into other meta decks, like Doflamingo or Shanks or Teach, but it might have had a really good matchup run here. Yeah, I mean, I think all you can do is 9 9 9 10. I really don't think there's any way around it. Oh yeah, I think they just lured him at the time, and there's 2.5 minutes left. But it doesn't matter. Next turn's gonna be last turn anyway. Yeah, here we go. 9 9 9 10. Yep, and then now it's just over. Here comes another 9. Here comes a 10. Yep, you can get the boost. So now it's actually still 10. And now I just pass. Now it's just pretty easy lethal. Just split it up 4 ways, it looks like. So it's gonna be even then you don't need to. If you want, you can still play another more too, and then that would just be game over stuff. Yeah, 9 9, and then I just 15.